My name is Alyssa.
And I'm Emily.
And you're listening to Slash and Slay, a horror podcast.
Wow.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast about horror with your favorite girlies, Emily and Alyssa.
That's us. You're like, this is your favorite podcast. You just told them.
Yes, I know they've already decided that. So
I don't even know if this is my favorite podcast.
That's really rude.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
How
Of course it's my favorite. I don't listen to any other podcast
Me
ever.
neither. I only listen to the sound of my own voice over and over again.
I just love it.
Just lull myself to sleep with it.
What have you been up to recently?
What have I been up to? Lots of things. But do you mean what have I been reading and watching?
Yeah, but I wanted you to ask what I've been up to so I could say that I've been to Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I just said it.
Okay, let's try again.
Okay. What have you been up to recently?
Not much. What have you been up to, Emily?
Oh, I saw Taylor Swift this weekend.
Eras tour.
Again. Second
She's
time
got
for
her
Eras
shirt
tour.
on.
We impromptuli. That's not a word.
Impromptedly.
We
decided
without.
Okay, go ahead.
We were just gonna go and hope on a wing and a prayer that we could get tickets, but we just bought some. We found them, and we went to Houston, and we saw Miss Taylor, Miss Blondie, Miss Queen, and it was the best night of my life.
Had a grand old time,
and I'm so happy I got to see it. I got to see the Eras tour twice. That's crazy. That was wonderful.
It's very exciting and very fitting for what we're talking about today, in a way.
Yes. Right? Yeah. Of course.
But before we get into that, we're going to talk a little bit about what we have been reading and watching lately. So
that y'all can do exactly what we do.
Yes,
because
you can copy us exactly to the T.
That's what y'all want.
I just finished reading a book called The Drift by C.J. Tudor.
Let me guess what it's about.
Okay.
There's an ocean, and they're adrift on it.
It's not called Adrift.
They're the drift on it.
They're the drift on it.
I keep thinking a draft, an evil wind that comes under your door and chills you
to the bone. Kind of close, because it is about it's three different perspectives, three different stories happening, all like in the winter with this snowstorm, and it's kind of like a mystery. Drift. Yes, okay. Adrift, not adrift. the drift. And yeah, it was pretty good.
Was it scary?
No, not really. I mean, it was meant to be, but it wasn't that scary.
Was it more of a mystery?
Yeah, it was more of a mystery, and I liked it. It just confused me at times, and there were some things like that they wrote about, or characters they brought in, or people they mentioned that they never really. They seemed like they were going to be important, and then they never came about again. So, yeah. But I've
never heard of C.J. Tudor.
I've read a couple of their books. There's one called The Other People.
The Other Drift?
The Other Drift? Yeah. It's like it's a prequel to this one.
Oh. The Other People sounds like it would be like Us, like the plot of Us.
No.
Did you see Us?
I did. Did you? I liked that movie. It's freaky.
Well, now you can't tell them if you liked it, because what if we want to do an episode on it one day? Oh. What if we're really strapped for things to do and we have to do a whole episode on Us?
We could do a whole episode on the Jordan Peele franchise.
Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see it.
But I'm currently reading a book called The Butcher by Laura Cat Young, and it's kind of set in. It kind of could be dystopian, or it could be in the past. It's kind of unclear right now. But her mother is a butcher of people, essentially like guilty people. It's kind of like a prison sort of, but not really. And then she has to grow up to do the same thing. So
she has to?
Yeah. It's like a law.
Oh, it's like a job.
Yeah.
It's just
like
a
a
job.
required job. It's like that
okay.
passes down through your family.
Ooh. Is it good so far?
So far, it's I'm only like maybe 2 chapters in, but I'll keep reading it.
Okay.
I also finished The Last of Us.
Yay! I didn't even know you were going to try and finish it.
I did. Well, I actually hadn't started it.
So you started it and
I started
finished
it
The
and
Last of
finished
Us.
it.
Okay.
Yes. And it was good. It was very close to the video game, I thought.
Just like everybody else has been saying.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they did a good job.
You heard it here first, folks. Alyssa says they did a good job.
It's been like 4 months. I don't know how long it's been, but
it's okay. I'm always a late jumper. I just started Succession. I'm on episode 3.
Oh, I watched like half of
Have
the
y'all
first
heard
season. Of it? Y'all ever heard of it?
I just like to jump on things late to the game.
That's okay.
So that way I don't have to get like overloaded with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But,
what about you?
Last night I went to see Renfield.
And do you want to give your thoughts?
I just want like a whole franchise of just Nicolas Cage being a vampire. And that's all. Like I just want him to like just be like living, just being a vampire.
As a vampire. Just like at Nicolas Cage playing himself as a vampire.
Oh. So it'd be like Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, but it's Nicolas Cage
as a vampire. Or Nicolas Cage recreating every Twilight movie, just him playing all the characters.
Ooh. Did you know that they're going to do a Twilight TV show?
Yes, I saw that.
That one hurt a little.
Why? Why?
I went to the midnight showing of Eclipse.
I went to the midnight showing of, what was the second one?
New Moon.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a real fan.
Big fan.
Big fan. New Moon.
I went at Times Square Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my homemade t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I ate double days before.
Deviled eggs?
Double days. Deviled eggs.
I was like, that's very specific that you eat deviled eggs before going to see Twilight.
Sorry, I could talk about my Twilight journey forever.
We could also do a whole podcast on Twilight.
On my Twilight.
Slash&Slay, a Twilight podcast.
Should we?
I think so.
One like and I'll do it.
Yes. I saw one like.
One like.
One like, one
including
comment.
Mine. I'll like it. What else did I watch? I also watched The Pope's Exorcist with Russell Crowe.
Yes.
That was a fun little ride.
Good.
It was really fun. It was definitely not what I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it exceeded my expectations.
Well, that's good. We're always loving that happens.
Mm-hmm. I also saw Evil Dead Rise, of course.
Ooh.
Duh. And it was also a great time. I think it was really fun and good homage. And it was very gory.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very gory. But, you knew when it was coming. You knew what you signed up for.
I mean, you could tell by the trailer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
think.
Yes. And then book-wise, I just reread, actually, Moon of the Crusted Snow, because there's a sequel coming out in July, and it's by Wubgeshig Rice, and it's about this like Native American reservation in Canada. Oh, wait. I said Native American in Canada. This native reservation in Canada, and it's a dystopian, like the apocalypse happens, but it's like right when it happens, and it's very quiet because they live on a reservation in Canada, and so sometimes they'll like lose power and they're like, we lost power, or sometimes they don't have phone service. They're like, well, we lost phone service.
Did they not know
No, they didn't realize that was happening, and so it took a long time for them to realize. Oh my gosh, yeah. And of course they still have to hunt for their food because they don't have like one grocery store, and so they're kind of like have this, and then of course like white man comes, and
of course.
Yeah. But I really liked it, and I'm excited for the sequel. So I don't know why we need a sequel, but I'm ready for it.
You're excited for it.
I'm excited for it.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's all.
Well, good.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting what we're reading. What are you guys reading and watching? Huh?
Aren't you riveted?
Yes, I am.
I sure am. What are we going to talk about today?
Today, we're doing like a little something different. Different. I don't know why I said it like that.
We are doing something different, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're kind of thought of this idea for a little series. And so we want to kind of dive deep into some characters, and we want to figure out if they would be for the girls or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it's mostly just an excuse to talk about Enneagram types, I think, which is one of my favorite pastimes.
Yeah. We're going to kind of dive into Enneagram and personality. We have take a little personality quiz for the character. And then at the end of it, we're going to decide between the two of us if we think this character is for the girls or not. Mm-hmm. So it's time for Is Hannibal Lecter for the Girlies?
You heard it.
You
Hannibal
heard it first. That's who we're talking about today. Hannibal Lecter. Doctor.
Love to hate
Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, yeah.
He's a doctor. So what we would classify as for the girls is they would have to be, well, for one, we ask, do they generally support women? Mm-hmm. So do they support women?
Do they support women?
Are they against women?
It's pretty clear if someone is or isn't. Not. Yeah. Another one is, this one's for me, okay? Would they be someone who would not like Taylor Swift due to having a lot of songs about her exes?
And if there's someone who wouldn't like her for that reason, not for the girls. Mm-mm. Sorry about ya. Mm-mm. It's for all you people out there too. Just
look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah. You figure out if you're for the girls or not by the end of this episode. Mm-hmm. Number 3, would they keep your secrets? Because the true girlie, she'd keep your secrets for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I came up with this one. Are they a boob or butt person?
Important to know.
Important.
We're not going to say which is which.
I think you know.
But I think you know. And number 5, would they check on you at the party? So say you're crying in the corner or in the bathroom because someone hurt your feelings or your boyfriend just dumped you. And would they be the one knocking on the door saying,
Hey, girlie. You okay?
Are you okay? Can I get you anything?
Do you need anything? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
And I think we all know this person in our minds.
Yes.
Like who's a girl's girl, who's for the girlies.
Yeah.
And what do we decide? They have to have at least 3?
They have to have at least 3 out of 5.
Except number 2 is a requirement.
Right. Because that's kind of the end all be all.
Yeah.
So
number 2 is a requirement.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about Hannibal Lecter as a character. Okay. Shall we?
Yes.
Okay. So the very first mention of Hannibal Lecter, or the creation of him, came from Thomas Harris, who wrote a book called The Red Dragon, or Red Dragon. No, The Red Dragon.
No, The.
It came out in 1981, and it was about a former FBI profiler named Will Graham, who comes out of retirement to find and apprehend an enigmatic serial killer named the Tooth Fairy. And in this, Dr. Hannibal Lecter plays a small part, and he's introduced as psychiatrist and a cannibal serial killer who becomes an advisor to Will in solving the murders. And then, of course, there was a movie called Red Dragon that was made in 2002 that was directed by Brett Ratner and starred Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal.
The icon.
Mm-hmm.
So I was interested. I was interested to see that Harris actually based Hannibal off of a real-life murderous doctor that he met when he was a journalist. Apparently, he went down to Mexico to interview a killer in prison that had been gruesomely wounded when he met another prisoner, Dr. Salazar, who was acting as prison staff, but was actually a prisoner named Alfred Bali Trevino. Trevino had killed his lover and dismembered his body to bury, and he was also suspected of killing and dismembering several hitchhikers. Harris based a lot of Lecter's mannerisms and his taste in luxury off of Trevino. Yes. I can see that.
So he, like, a lot of his kind of erudite way that he based off of this guy. But they said he didn't kill people or eat them with fava beans or anything like that. But just kind of the dismembering was where he got that from. So
did you ever read Silence of the Lambs?
I didn't actually read it.
I did.
Did you?
I did.
And
it's like the movie.
Is it exactly? Is it very close
pretty much?
To the movie?
Yeah.
Did
pretty
a good
much.
Job. Well, Hannibal's like in a lot of movies.
He's in like a lot of movies.
He's like in a lot.
But he's like iconic. Like,
but he's like in a lot.
He's always like, he's a good fallback on like just putting Hannibal in there, you know?
Yeah. And it's interesting how he's used really, oftentimes he's not the main villain in a movie. Like, he's the side villain.
Because he's bad, but he's like...
It's because he's so smart.
Yeah.
So that people want to use him.
Yeah.
So, so here is like a list of his the movies that feature Hannibal, and this is in timeline order, so not necessarily in release order.
Okay.
But in timeline of his story order. So the first one was Hannibal Rising, which came out in 2007. It was directed by Peter Weber, and it takes place in 1944 Lithuania, and explores the origins of how Hannibal Lecter developed his taste for human flesh. After 8-year-old Hannibal, after his whole family was killed by Nazis, and then adult Lecter, who was played by Gepard Uleli, Ulil?
Yeah.
Yes. He hunts down the men who held him and his sister hostage, which ultimately led to her death. And that's the whole story of how he... I don't know. I guess he was like, and now I'm going to eat you people.
So it was like Hannibal rose to be Hannibal.
Exactly.
Okay.
He started from the bottom. Now he's here.
Hannibal Rising.
Eating people.
Okay. What's next? What's after his Nazi Lithuanian?
The next movie, in timeline order, is Red Dragon, which we previously mentioned. Came out in 2002, directed by Brett Ratner. It pretty much follows the exact plot of the book that I gave earlier.
You just said. Okay.
And then Edward Norton played Will Graham in that. Oh, we love Edward.
Don't we?
Don't we?
Don't we just?
Yes. Why did we develop that?
I honestly thought until today that Red Dragon took place after
Silence of the Lambs.
And Silence of the Lambs came out in 1991. Directed by Jonathan
Demme?
Maybe. Of course, FBI agent Clarice Starling,
who we love.
We love her.
We've talked about her.
Played by Jodie Foster, who we also love. We love Jodie Foster. Is sent to get some information from Lecter that would help find the identity and location of serial killer Buffalo Bill, played by Ted Levine. Ted Levine. Lecter takes an interest in Starling, but has demands of his own before he cooperates. Which we all know that story. Yeah, well, unless you haven't seen it, then you don't know that story.
But you need to see it. So
yeah, you have to watch it.
So then you have the sequel, which is Hannibal, which was exactly 10 years after in 2001, and it was directed by Ridley Scott.
Ooh.
This movie takes place about 10 years after the events from Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter, still played by Anthony Hopkins, is at large, and Clarice Starling, who's now played by Julianne Moore some reason, receives a letter from him taunting her after she messes up on the job. She is also contacted by Mason Verger, played by Gary Oldman, who is the only surviving victim of Lecter. Verger, who is extremely disfigured and paralyzed, essentially uses Starling as bait in an attempt to lure Hannibal out of hiding so that he can exact his revenge.
I love Gary Oldman.
Yes, we love Gary Oldman. We love Sirius Black.
We love Sirius Black. But just Gary Oldman too.
Right, yes. So those are
Also love
the main movies, which, I mean, 4 movies plus Manhunter, if we want to mention that one, was actually the first movie he was in. Hannibal Lecter was in. So 5 movies.
I didn't know about that one.
There you go. Now you do.
Well, now I do. 5 movies he was in.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Also TV shows.
Yes.
There's obviously Hannibal that ran from 2013 to 2015. For some reason, I thought it ran for way longer than that.
I did too.
And
I thought it was like sooner. Like that was like 10 years ago. 2013 was 10 years ago.
You're right.
So I thought it was like way sooner.
More recent. Yeah, me too. Well, the series takes place between the events of Hannibal Rising and Red Dragon. So it's in between. He's like younger guy. Okay. Despite being set in modern times. Oh. Yeah. They really confused you with that one. Okay.
They did.
Dr. Lecter takes on the role of a consultant to FBI profiler Will Graham as he tracks down a serial killer in Minnesota. With the emergence of multiverses in other movies, it's possible that this could be considered as a modern-day variant of the Anthony Hopkins versions of Hannibal Lecter. And it was not renewed for 4th season.
Yeah.
Womp, womp. That's interesting. So it's like canon,
but maybe not.
Right. Okay.
Multiverse of Madness. What?
Marvel. Hannibal and Marvel.
Marvel should do a collab.
That'd be
great. But Hugh Dancy's in this.
Oh.
Do you know who that is?
No.
The prince from Ella Enchanted.
Oh. He's Hannibal.
No, he's not Hannibal. He plays Will Graham.
Oh, he's Will Graham. See, that was another reason I didn't watch it, because I thought he was Hannibal.
No.
And I was like, I can't watch him like that.
No, he's not. He's the detective. The agent, FBI agent.
The good guy.
Sure. I think he's...
FBIs are good guys.
Yeah, all the time.
No question.
There was another show that was picked up called Clarice, which I hadn't even heard about this.
Really?
Did you?
No, I did.
You had?
Mm-hmm.
It was in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And this show was meant to be a continuation of Clarice Starling's storyline, taking place after the events of Silence of the Lambs and before the movie Hannibal, the sequel. With a gap of roughly 10 years to cover between the 2 films, Clarice had plenty of ground to cover. But initially the show was greenlit for Lifetime, which is kind of... I feel like that's where shows go to die.
That's where it went to
hot opinion here.
Mm-hmm.
But it was later picked up by CBS creator Alex Kurtzman and Jenny Lumet. Unfortunately, relocation negotiations with the Paramount Plus have been stymied, and so it looks like it's only going to be 1 season.
I remember the commercials for this one.
I don't.
And there was a lot of lambs in it.
Did they kill them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think she was just holding them.
Oh wait, that just like unlocked a little memory.
Yeah,
like it's a photo shoot or some sort of promo.
Yeah, there were so many commercials for it, and I can't remember what I watched the commercials on. Maybe Hulu or something. I don't know.
Weird.
I guess it wouldn't be if it was Lifetime.
I don't know. Anyways, it didn't do.
I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
No.
Because you just found out about it today.
I hadn't heard of it.
Yeah. Okay. Did you watch it though?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh right.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch that.
No.
It'd be interesting though. Cool concept.
Yeah,
I feel like for a movie maybe.
Yeah, not for like a whole show.
But I guess if Hannibal has his show,
I guess so. But like it kind of like Clarice and Hannibal go hand in hand.
Obviously, they can't survive without the other.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Right.
So I think it's time to get into our personality test for Hannibal Lecter.
Now that we know Hannibal.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you haven't gathered, I feel like he eats people. I don't know if you knew that.
Hannibal eats people.
He's a psychiatrist. And he's a psychiatrist. Doctor. That's all you really need to know.
Yeah.
And he takes a liking to Clarice Starling because he also thinks she's smart.
Yes, and he loves brains, not just eating.
Nay, nay. Nay, nay.
Nay, nay. So how we're conducting this test is with something called Enneagram. Have you ever heard of it, Emily?
I love the Enneagram.
So the Enneagram is a system of personality which describes and divides people into 9 types of personalities, each with their own motivations, their own fears, and their own internal dynamics. It's more emotionally focused system of understanding people. It kind of hones in on your motivations and your fears. And so I think it's good for like, I don't know, it gets really it really gets deep in there, and it kind of hurts.
It does. That's what I said. Like, if for a long time I was like, no, I'm not, my number. I kept saying I was a different number, and it was just because it just hurt too much to admit that I was the number that I actually am. So if it hurts, it's true.
Yeah.
So
what number are you?
I'm a 2.
I'm a 4. I'm W.
Like all my best friends
double
are
who
4.
you are.
W.
I'm
better. That's so 4 of you.
It's so 4 of me to say. It really is.
Should we read off all of the types?
Yeah.
Do you know your type?
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking to them.
It's like, I did.
Do you know your type?
I just told you.
Take this quiz real quick.
If you know your type, put it down in the comments.
Tell us your type. I'll type you. I'll tell you if it's real or not.
Give us some personality traits of yourself, and we'll put you in a box.
Yes.
You'll love it.
Of course, number 1 is the reformer.
Of course.
Or isn't it go by something else too? I feel like they all have 2 names.
They all have different names.
Yeah. So
this
the
is
reformer,
just the particular site, which was Truity, which I.
Oh yes.
No,
yes.
wait. No, I got this one off Enneagram Institute, which is like
the Enneagram.
Yeah. So this is tried and true.
Type 1 is the reformer, the rational, idealistic type, principled, purposeful, self-controlled, and perfectionistic. So I always think Leslie Knope very much is type 1, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And my mother.
Alyssa's mom.
My mom was also a type 1, though she won't admit it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly. Type 2, which is Emily, is the helper. So she's caring, interpersonal, demonstrative, generous, people-pleasing, and possessive.
It's mine. Everything's mine.
I can see that.
Yeah, that was me like being like, nobody can like Taylor but me. And there's like literally stadiums full of people. It's only me. You can see that? Why'd you say it like that? And possessive? I can see that.
Like, wait, why?
I just want to please you.
I'm a people pleaser.
I just want to make you happy. Number 3 is the achiever. I don't know if I know a 3. Well, not that I know of. Maybe. The success-oriented, pragmatic type, adaptive, excelling, driven, and image conscious. Okay, maybe I do know a 3.
Yeah.
Maybe I do.
Keep that a secret. Number 4 is me, the individualist, sensitive, withdrawn, expressive, dramatic, self-absorbed, and temperamental.
I can see that.
Thank you.
I used to always say I was a 4 instead of a 2 because I really didn't want to be a 2 because I was like, I just want to be like.
You want to be your own person.
I want to be my own person, but I'm unfortunately
it's okay.
2.
It's okay.
A 5 is the investigator, the intense cerebral type, perceptive, innovative, secretive, and isolated. I feel like all of those were kind of negative.
A little bit. I mean, perceptive isn't. Innovative isn't.
Okay.
Intense isn't necessarily.
The intense.
Cerebral.
Brainy.
Ooh, Are we narrowing in maybe on who?
Maybe.
Number 6 is the loyalist.
It's my sister.
Oh, really? I think this is my sister too. The committed, security-oriented type, engaging, responsible, anxious, and suspicious.
Actually, I think both of my sisters are 6s.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that work in your...
They're so different. Like, I think one of them's mistyped. But I don't know.
It's possible. Have her take the test again.
Yeah. Number 7, the enthusiasts. The busy, fun-loving type, spontaneous, versatile, distractible, and scattered.
My best friend is this.
An unhealthy 7 is really bad. Just saying.
Just saying.
For the record.
For the record, what?
That's it.
Oh,
for the record.
Number 8, the challenger. The powerful, dominating type, self-confident, decisive, willful, and confrontational. It's not me at all.
No.
It's not me.
The peacemaker. The easygoing, self-effacing type, receptive, reassuring, agreeable, and complacent.
I think my dad's a peacemaker.
My dad probably is too.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of dads are.
He's just like, well, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, roughly, who do you think he would be based on just these readings? So we're gonna actually take the test for him.
It's hard because like he's such a personality, you know,
right?
Like,
and you know he would not like be put in a box,
no, or a jail cell,
or a jail cell. He gonna try to escape right out of that.
He sure did try. He has just such prominent personality types that they're just screaming at. Like, he is very adaptive.
Mm-hmm.
He will thrive anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be, 3, the achiever. He has achieved a lot in his life.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the 5, the investigator. He literally does help investigate.
Mm-hmm. Perceptive. Oh, he's very perceptive. He's very innovative. Think about the way he escaped that jail in Silence of the Lambs.
Yep. I couldn't think of that one.
Me either.
I would have just waited for them to drop their keys or something.
Yeah. Secretive, isolated. I don't know.
Well, I guess also he was isolated, but not by choice.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Before that, probably too.
I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like 5 really does hit the mark, though.
It does. I think it does too.
Okay. Do we allow women to be 5s?
What?
Can girlies be 5s?
Girlies?
Do we allow you to be 5?
Yes.
We're inclusive of everyone.
Yes, girlies can be 5s. Emily.
I'm kidding.
It's a joke. Okay.
Let's take the test for him.
Okay. So, do we think Hannibal Lecter? Become Hannibal Lecter for a second, okay? Embody. I don't really want to.
Do you see it?
Him, but do we look like Hannibal Lecter?
I am so hungry for some fingies right now, and not chicken fingies.
Real fingies.
Yes.
With nails on the ends that are pink.
Oh.
Oh.
Not
okay.
mine.
Now that we are him, I strive for perfection.
I don't think I strive for it. I just achieve it.
Accurate. I work hard to be helpful to others.
Only if it benefits me, though.
I don't think I work that hard.
Oh, it's just, yeah.
I don't think I work that hard. So maybe like mid.
Okay.
I'm mid. It's important to me that other people like me. I don't care.
But he can make, I can
make them, but
like
he doesn't care.
Yeah.
If he cared if people liked him or not,
no.
I don't think he'd be doing what he does.
Right.
It's important to me to achieve great things.
Yeah.
And maybe not all the way, but I think
in my own way.
Yes. I make more significant contributions than the average person.
If we want to put it on paper.
Yeah.
Scientifically.
Yes. And just like his renownedness.
Mm-hmm.
His what is it?
Influence?
No. Infamy. His infamy. So I think that's very accurate. I feel my emotions very deeply.
If he had emotions, would he feel them? Well, I think he's all brains. I think I'm all brains. True.
I don't think he really thinks with emotion.
Mm-mm.
But sometimes he does, because with Clarice, I think he kind of does. So maybe mid?
Mid motions. I
have a sense that other people will never truly understand me.
I rationalize eating people, but nobody else will.
Yeah, true. I think deeply about things. Yes, accurate. I'm prepared for any disaster. Accurate. It's important for me to avoid pain and suffering at all times. I don't think that's true.
I don't think he has that like innate trying to avoid pain and suffering.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't cross his mind.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay. I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy or excited.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I sure do.
I see positive in every situation. I kind of think he does.
He's like, I could just sit in this jail cell, talk to
Like
this hot girl.
Yeah. I think he's
solve murders.
He's going to find something positive in every situation because he's like always kind of cunning and conniving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid to tell someone when I think they are wrong. Accurate.
In fact, I like to do it.
Yes. I let other people make the decisions. No. Only when he has to, but
it won't let me go because I haven't been clicking them.
Oh.
So you have to read them.
Okay. I appreciate having rules that people are expected to follow. No. I don't think so.
No.
I'm concerned about security more than anything else.
Concerned with how it's keeping me here.
Yeah.
Like a physical security.
I'd say mid. I think, is that okay?
Yes. I'm like,
how dare you? I think a lot about what will happen in the future.
I think he lives in the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I don't fit in with ordinary people. Accurate. There's rarely a good reason for changing how things are done. I think he's always, he's adaptable. I think he's always
because he's also, psychologist. They need to find what's new.
Right. I always finish my chores.
I think he did a good cleanup job.
True. Accurate. He's very neat.
He's a little tidy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to be a better person.
No.
Maybe in his mind though? No.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think he necessarily thinks he's a good person.
I mean, he has, as a smart person, he has to know he's not a good person, you know?
Yeah. I like to be around people who I can help.
Wait, let's go back to that other one.
Oh.
Sorry. Read it again.
I'm always trying to be a better person.
I think he's trying to be a better person for himself, like he escaped so that he can be his best self. I don't know. Does that not count?
I just put it as mid.
Okay, mid. It's fine. It is fine.
I like to be around people who I can help.
A psychologist.
Yeah.
He wants to help him.
True. I like to feel that I am an important person in my social groups.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it was, maybe like a little bit more than mid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can do that.
Like he just wants credibility.
Mm-hmm. It's important for me to be successful.
I think in what he wants to do. Yes. He wants to succeed.
Yeah. I often feel overtaken by my emotions. No. I don't think he does. I have always felt different from other people.
Yes.
I analyze things from every angle. Yes. I always have a plan for what I would do if things go wrong. Yes. I avoid situations that bring up negative feelings.
I don't think he has feelings.
I don't think he does. I seek excitement. I think he does.
Yeah, obviously.
I think that's why he agrees to help.
And eats people because it's exciting.
Yeah. I'm good at seeing the bright side of things when others complain.
I think because like when he's looking for Buffalo Bill, he's like, well, I'm going to, I know where he is. I can figure it out. And everybody else like, oh my gosh, we can't.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know.
Maybe mid, yeah. I do not hesitate to call people out when they are behaving badly.
Psychiatrist.
People should follow the rules instead of doing what they feel like doing.
No, I don't like the rules.
Inaccurate. I seek out relationships that offer me some type of protection.
Yeah, be friends with FBI. They can protect him.
Yeah. Accurate? Totally accurate?
And mid-accurate.
Mid-accurate. Okay. I can clearly visualize what could happen in the future. I think he does.
He knows.
It's always like one step ahead.
Yeah.
One step ahead. Average people often find me a bit weird.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I persist until a task is done.
Yep.
I spend time trying to discover and correct my faults and weaknesses.
I think the weaknesses. I think like his faults and weaknesses in his mind are different than what he might be thinking.
So mid?
Yeah.
I hold myself to very high standards.
Yeah.
I want people to admire me.
I think he knows he's beyond admiration.
Right.
But I think he still wants people to be like, wow, you're so smart.
Yeah.
But he just knows it anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
So maybe mid?
Yeah. We're just like mid. They're going to be like, you are nothing.
If I am honest, I feel that I'm a bit better than other people.
Yeah, of course.
I feel a deep sense of grief for what I've lost.
Maybe
his like when you think about his sister and his family.
And that's why he is the way he is.
Right. So maybe it's deep in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it mid, inaccurate. I am an unusual sort of person.
Surely.
He might be a 4, man.
I know. I was thinking that too. I was like, he just wants to be creative.
It's important for me to be prepared in any emergency.
I think yes.
I often make changes in my life when things get boring.
You gotta spice it up.
I think so. I tend to be more optimistic than most people. I tell people what I think, even if it's hard for them to hear. I think he does.
We
I think I do.
I forget that people can't see us shaking our heads.
I know.
We said yes to that.
Yeah. I would rather follow the group than push for what I want.
No.
I take measures to protect myself and my loved ones from harm.
Himself? He doesn't have loved ones.
Yeah, but I think so. I mean, even like Clarice, you know?
Right.
I make plans for many years into the future.
No.
I think we said before, he's like a live for the moment kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
I just like trying new methods.
I feel like his escape was something he's never tried before.
Right. I think he's always willing to try. I read books that help me be more productive, better at what I do.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I take the initiative to help other people and make their lives easier. He doesn't take the initiative. If people come to him, but he doesn't go to other people.
Well, okay, that's true.
Not always.
That's true. Because I mean, well, like whenever he was killing people, wasn't it because he was like, oh, their lives are so sad, I'm just going to eat them anyway? Or did I make that up in my head? Because he was like, I'm helping them. I don't know. Just put it mid.
Okay. I'm an important member of my social groups.
I don't know.
I think when he was like a psychiatrist, I mean, he was like renowned as a psychiatrist. Like he was well known. So I think
he is an important member of the social group between him and Clarice and the FBI.
I agree. I often feel like an outsider.
Yeah. I
find my mind to be a very interesting place.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always aware what can go wrong in a situation. I feel like the problem with this test, which I've taken before, obviously, it's like it kind of repeats a lot of the same questions.
That's like whenever you're doing an interview test and it's like the same thing, just different ways to see if you like are wishy-washy.
Yeah. Which maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you wishy-washy? Try not to make him wishy-washy. I'm always up for a new adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that things usually work out for the best. I really do think like when you think about him, he's just so even keel, like positive. So
yeah,
I stand up for what I believe in, even if it upsets other people.
I mean, he never said sorry.
Yeah, true. I make alliances with people who can help me stay safe and secure. Yeah. That one's it's like they know we're taking this for Hannibal Lecter.
I know.
I'm looking ahead towards what's coming next. Yes. I have different interests than most people. Yes.
Sure do.
I'm responsible and reliable person. I don't think he's not reliable at all.
He's not reliable, no.
I make sure that even small details are correct.
Yeah.
I enjoy caring for others and their needs.
I think him as a psychiatrist was not about other people.
Yeah.
It's about being smart.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it was about like, because there's no, like you said, there's no like emotion there. Yeah. I push myself to succeed. He does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here are our results.
I'm so ready.
I'm so ready. We're calculating your
Calculating,
Enneagram type, analyzing your core fears and emotions, identifying your personality superpowers.
Oh my
See
gosh,
my
what is it?
results.
What is it? What is it? Do you have to put an email in?
Imagine. Wait, do
I think you do.
Oh, it actually says he's an 8.
An 8.
An 8. An Enneagram 8. 8s are motivated by the desire to be independent and take charge of themselves and others. They are assertive personalities and passionate about life, which they approach with vigor and confidence. 8s know how to look after themselves. They pursue their own destiny.
Okay.
That's pretty,
Pretty accurate.
that can be accurate, yes. His second closest one was a 5. So
Okay, so we were
right there.
Yeah. I think he's very intellectually a 5. Maybe his desires are a little more 8. Because he is very much like, I'm going to eat people and I don't care what anybody says about it.
Yeah.
Which is very 8.
Yes.
And when you eat people, I think that kind of just becomes your core personality.
I think so too. I think that's just, you kind of, you would think when you eat people, you develop the personalities of the people you eat. But I don't think that's true.
You would think.
Not for him. He's gonna be himself through and through.
Yes. I think that was interesting. Okay. It makes me feel better that 5 was like the second closest.
Yeah. Because
then,
we were close.
yeah, we were close.
We were. Okay. So I think there's like a more important quiz that we need to figure out.
Okay.
And that is, which Taylor Swift era is Hannibal Lecter in?
Okay.
So Emily, why don't you lead us in this?
Okay.
Quiz.
Of course, my first prediction.
What is your first prediction?
The obvious choice would be reputation. Knew he was a killer. First time that he saw me. Did something bad. Why'd it feel so good?
But we'll see.
We'll see. Getaway car.
It's one of my favorite songs.
Should I sing it all for you right now?
Yes. Perform a whole concert for us.
I sure will. Which word best describes you? Cheerful, quirky, rebellious, optimistic. Okay, we can rule out cheerful.
And we're talking about how he's pretty optimistic.
But I think we can.
But I don't think that's the best one to describe.
Yeah.
So quirky or rebellious?
That's what I'm thinking too.
He's definitely rebellious.
But I don't know. He was quirky before he killed people, and then he rebelled. I don't know. I'm torn between those. What do you think?
Quirky.
Okay, quirky.
We're went with quirky.
What's your favorite pastime? Sports, reading/writing, baking, or sleeping? It's going to be reading or writing, right? Yeah.
I agree.
What's your favorite food? People, pizza. I'm kidding. Pizza, sandwich, tacos, or sushi. It has to be sushi because that's the closest to
raw
human flesh, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
How about a favorite drink? Coffee, water, tea, anything alcoholic. Doesn't he drink tea with grease?
He's always drinking tea. He's a tea boy.
Tea boy.
Oh, my computer froze.
It's a virus. Just say it?
Yes.
Okay. What is/was your favorite subject in school? Math, English, art, or history? I'm going to say probably not art. Probably not English.
What was it? History or math? Ooh.
Probably has to be math because that's
very
the most
analytical.
scientific.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Okay. Math.
Math.
Where's your dream vacation? South America, Europe, North America, or Asia?
He does go to Europe.
Yes.
At the end of wait, doesn't he?
Because he escapes.
Doesn't he go to Europe? Doesn't he go to Berlin?
I think he goes to Europe. Let's go with Europe.
Okay.
Finally, what's your dream profession? Doctor, musician, author, or lawyer?
I don't know. Doctor, maybe.
Hannibal Lecter. Okay, calculating results. Oh. It's debut.
Oh. Well, okay.
You're like Taylor's debut album.
Rising, Hannibal origins. Hannibal, I mean,
Your classic, warm-hearted, and kind to everyone. This is why I hate BuzzFeed quizzes.
that's Hannibal Lecter.
They never know.
That's Hannibal Lecter to a T. And we have to consider that when we're asking the question, is Hannibal Lecter for the girlies? So if you remember our questions that we asked at the beginning, does he generally support women?
I think he does.
I think he does. Especially if you look at Clarice. Like,
he's supporting her.
He supports her.
He doesn't look at her as like
Man,
not an equal.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. I agree. He actually looks at her as an equal. So
Yes, that's what I meant.
yes.
Yes. So yes, check mark.
Yes, check.
We got one.
One point for Hannibal.
I don't have it pulled up. You're gonna have to read it.
Is he someone who would not like Taylor Swift due to them having a lot of songs about her exes?
I don't think he would realize what the songs were about because he was thinking about something else. You know?
Even if he did, he would be like, yeah, kill your exes and eat them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. 2 points.
He loves Taylor.
Would he keep your secrets?
Hmm.
I mean, he would keep them as long as like collateral. Or
Yeah.
like what
Fuel
collateral?
to.
So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Blackmail.
Insurance.
Yeah, but I don't know if he would keep them forever.
No.
Yeah, I think that's a no.
That one's a no.
Okay. Is he a boob or a butt person?
Butt has more.
He
Usually has more.
If you're talking about eating, he'd probably eat a butt.
Yeah, because it has more probably.
Yeah. And that is for the girlies.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's already at 3.
He doesn't even need the last one.
But would he check on you at a party? Would he knock on the door and say, "Hey, girly"? I don't think so. He might be like, "Hey, girly, let me get a piece of that leg meat."
Yeah. Hey, girlie, you gonna finish that? Do you need that still? Can I have it?
Let me lick your tears.
So,
but
Hannibal
Lecter, you heard it here first, guys. He is for the girls.
He's one of the girls. He's a gal. Hannibal's
Yay,
a gal.
we love Hannibal. Welcome to the party, Hannibal.
He can be at our next sleepover. Right?
Maybe that should have been a question. Would you invite him to a sleepover?
We can change the butt and boob one.
No, I like that one. we add another question. Would you invite him to a sleepover?
So now he's not a girly because he got half.
Right. So whatever.
Whatever.
We already decided he's a girly.
Yeah.
He can join us.
He's honorary. I would invite him to a sleepover. He wouldn't come.
That's true. He wouldn't come. Or we could invite him to a sleepover, but give him the wrong address.
Oh, then that's not very girly of us.
That's not. That's really mean. Maybe I shouldn't be one of the girlies.
We're going to do you next time. The horror character Alyssa.
Is she for the girlies?
She's a 4.
I'm self-absorbed. So.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Who should we do next?
If you guys have any idea what character we should do next, you should let us know.
I want to do a monster next.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
What monster?
What monster should we do?
Tell us what monster to do next.
Let us know in the comments. And you can always follow us on Instagram. That would be very girly of you.
Mm-hmm. At slashandslaypod.
Or on TikTok.
At slashandslaypod.
Or on Twitter.
At slashandslaypod.
If you want. We don't get on there often.
You can email us though.
You can email us at slashandslaypod at gmail.com for any stories that you may have. Or just to say hey.
Say hey. Tell us anything you want to
tell us your Enneagram type. Let us know your
I
Enneagram type in the comments and be sure to subscribe.
I want everyone to tell me their Enneagram because I love to know them.
Me too.
Subscribe.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Love you.
Love you.